Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, baby, baby, baby. What a Monday Night Raw. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the New World Podcast, brother, for C Plus Studios. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja. Let's just jump right on in. We are in Norfolk, Virginia, for Monday Night Raw. The first hour is commercial free. Yes, it is Corey Graves and Kevin Patrick on commentary, and we start the show off with the Bloodline arriving. The Bloodline is here. They are united, and it feels so good. But we really kick off the show with the man. The man is here. The man comes out. The man of the people. The man that represents love and compassion for Bob. Much love to Bob, because Bob don't suck. Remember that. Bob don't suck. Just a great way to open the show. Bayley comes out. Io and Dakota, they try to attack Becky. Their war is not over yet, and Becky looks strong. And it's always a merch booth that gets in these brawls or backstage. You can tell where it's set up to where, you know, they have the guardrails and whatnot. They got the table. The merch table that's not really full of merch, but it's there. They got the 3 tables that are not. You got a little bit of merch. And you're going to use that merch to beat someone up or somebody with. But, you know, at the end, Becky looked strong. The man has come around and laid waste to Damage Control. And we're going to see where we go. And I think we're going to have a feud now with Becky and Bayley going forward. We shall see. We had Rhea Ripley with Dominic versus Mia Yim or Michin. Michin, Mia Yim. You know what? They can't decide which name to go with. But I'm just gonna say Mia Yim. It's just easier. But the match, you know, it ended up with Dominic inside the ring. Mia brought him in. Then, you know, interfering, and here comes AJ Styles, and it's the OC and Judgment Day. War breaks out. It ain't over whatsoever. Then they had the OC versus the Judgment Day. Judgment Day got the win, though, in this 8-man tag. They got the win, and Triple H is really holding on to, like, making the Judgment Day strong, beating the OC, and I don't think this is over. I don't think this is over at all. We're going to see this unfold in the next few weeks and up to the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble's next, baby, and we got to build towards the Royal Rumble. And then we had to go backstage, and the Street Profits are back because they want the smoke. Alpha Academy interrupts. Alpha Academy's like, sheesh. It was a fun little back and forth between both teams. I'm just happy that the Street Profits are back, and they take on Alpha Academy later on in the night. But we had the Bloodline come out. The Bloodline is united. Jay has accepted Sami Zayn, and my favorite part of this whole thing was when they're like trying to get Solo to join the hug. They're like, "Come on, join the hug, bruh. Come on, join the hug." And that was just such a fun moment because Solo would not break. Solo was like, then right before Solo even considered going in for the hug, Kevin Owens comes out. And I love the fact when Graves goes, Sour Grapes Kevin Owens comes out and ruins probably the biggest hug in the WWE history. He comes out, sets up a challenge with Jay, but he also says in this really like sad way, sad to me, when he's like, I don't want to wrestle you again, Sammy. I don't want to be in the same car as you. I don't want to be this and that. We're done. The breakup of breakups, Sami Zayn confirmed, but also Kevin Owens is like, but I'm done with Sammy, but I ain't done with you. I ain't done with Jay. Main event, Jay Uso. So they set it up for the main event. Candice LeRae's backstage. She's back. She was beat up by Damage Control. She's going to take on Dakota Kai later on. I don't know, man. What the poison pixie, the pixie poison, or whatever they want to call her. I'm not big on Candice LeRae. I really hope that they do something more with her. So I don't know. I'm not the biggest Candice LeRae fan yet. Still has to do. But we went into the Street Profits versus Alpha Academy. Fun tag team match. Great, great to have the Street Profits back. That crowd was going crazy for them. But before we had this match, I'm looking at my notes now, we had Elias and Riddle backstage and the Bloodline interrupt because Elias and Riddle said, we need gold. And Elias is like, I've never had gold in WWE before. So he goes, and they laid a challenge to the Usos, and the Usos says, anytime, anywhere, Us. Anytime, anywhere. So now we're building that feud with Elias and Riddle, with the Bloodline, or just the Usos themselves. So there was the Street Profits and Alpha Academy. Great match. Street Profits wins. Then we get into Austin Theory's promo. Who is the kid now? I ain't the kid. The kid. He was going for that. But guess who comes out? Seth freaking Rollins. Just to remind you, Monday Night Raw is not yours, Austin Theory. It is Rollins. It is Monday Night Rollins. And taunting him and looking fabulous as always. I swear I want to know where he goes to for all these amazing and fabulous get-ups that he comes out with. You look great, Seth. You look great, baby. And calling him a kid just to taunt him a little bit more was mwah. So we're now that feud is going to be building now with Austin Theory and Seth Rollins. I wonder if Bobby's going to come into the fold anytime. The Miz versus Dexter Lumis, before this happens, the Miz is talking to Adam Pearce, and he says, he ain't getting that contract, he ain't getting that money, tells Adam Pearce, but next week after I lay waste to Dexter Lumis, I'm going to come after you with my lawyers, blah, 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 a lot of empty threats, and it's just one of those things where I'm really happy with the outcome. The Miz played the Miz up very well. Dexter Lumis wins. It was an anything goes match, so they went all over the arena. Then afterwards, though, when Dexter won, he signed his contract with Adam Pearce, and he grabs the bag full of money from the Louis Vuitton bag, as it needs to be with the Miz. It was in a Louis Vuitton bag, maybe a fake one too. I'm kind of guessing. But the Miz, like Dexter Lumis is giving out $100 bills to the kids. That's pretty damn cool. And the one last kid he gives a $100 bill to, Miz comes, kicks Dexter Lumis, takes the $100, more heat on the Miz. The Miz knows how to get that heat. But here comes Johnny Gargano for the save and gives back the kid his $100. Fabulous. I don't know where we're going next with this storyline, but I'm glad Dexter Lumis now has a WWE contract and he's now on Monday Night Raw every week. Candice LeRae versus Dakota Kai. This match was great. Like I said, not the biggest Candice LeRae fan of yet, but this match was. I was like, damn. They went to town and they took it to each other. And I gotta say, with Candice LeRae for the win, I'm like, okay, let's see what's next. Let's see what's next. Are you gonna take on Io Sky next in Damage Control and get a win over her? We shall see. We shall see. We shall see. Okay, they had the Bloodline backstage, pumping up Jay because it's for his main event. But this was something that I was kind of like, There's so many things going on now, story-wise, that you just don't know. We had Asuka, Alexa, and Bianca backstage are talking about their War Games match, how they're a little beat up, how they're this and how they're that. But, Asuka says, Asuka's doing Asuka. Bianca's like, yeah, I made the call to Becky, and Becky's here. She, Damage Control thought they could take on the man, but they clearly can't, blah, 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 blah. And Alexa's quiet. And then, she's like, hey, how about you? Kelly's like, hey, how about you? You have anything to add? She's like, and Alexa gives us like I'm staring off into nowhere, and then goes, oh, yeah, that was a great call. So will Alexa Bliss turn on Bianca at some point, and will we get Bianca versus Alexa Bliss for the title? We still have the tease of Rhea Ripley versus Bianca, so I don't know, but I feel Alexa's turn is coming, and I hope to Christ it's not for Bray Wyatt. I hope not, man. I hope we don't go backwards with Alexa Bliss and have her join Bray Wyatt again. And yeah, no, please, God, please, for the sake of The Rock, Lord The Rock, I do not want Alexa Bliss joining Bray Wyatt again. No, No, leave the doll. Leave it all. No. Not a no, but a no. Okay. Main event time. Main event, Jey Uso versus the prize fighter, Kevin Owens. And with the bloodline on the outside, it is a back and forth banger, bro. They got a full 30. Full 30. And I think they went over the time a little bit because that finish seemed a little rushed. Because as soon as Owens got the stunner, and then got the 1, 2, 3, rolled out to the ring, bloodline comes in, and then you hear, and then you're like, oh, number one, and the thing comes on, it's like copyright, blah, 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 WWE, blah, blah, and everyone's like, yeah, and then everybody, ladies and gentlemen, the Kevin Owens months, and every blah, 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 you know, the commentators are doing their best to try to yeah, blah, 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 you know, so I think they went a little over the time that they were supposed to get the finish in, but what a great win, and keeping the stunner strong, keeping the stunner alive. You know, no one kicking out of the stunner because I think that if anybody's going to kick out of the stunner, it should be Roman. So I think we're going to keep on building to Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns, and I'm hopefully it's at the Royal Rumble, or Kevin Owens enters the Royal Rumble, wins the Royal Rumble, and takes on Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. You know, there's I don't know if there's still talks of The Rock and Roman. I don't want that, to be really honest. I know at one point I did, just because I was like, well, you know, I don't see anybody else. But now that we have new management, and now that we have somebody that understands storytelling and professional wrestling, like a Triple H, and he's been on a lot of things lately. He's been on this I keep seeing the show on TikTok pop up where he's trying like different UK food, like drinks and foods with US foods and stuff like that. And he's on a roll, man. He's out there doing interviews. He's doing this and that, man. It's pretty awesome. And he has some ballsy things to say, because especially with Austin Theory, especially at the press conference I finally watched, when he's just like, yeah, that dude's career was dead like 3 weeks ago. Now look at him. He's on top of the world now. Like, you know, you're welcome, pretty much. And I'm just like, damn, right? He ain't wrong. He ain't wrong, ladies and gentlemen. So I got to give this Raw a solid 5, just because I was entertained from top to bottom. I can't wait to see where we go. We got a whole month and a half to build towards the Royal Rumble. Pretty much 2 months now at this point. We got 2 months to build to the Royal Rumble, start building that card, start building it strong, and now we're on the Friday Night SmackDown. Yeah. Sheesh. Tell me what you thought of the show. Drop those comments below. Let me know what was your highs, your lows, what made you love, what made you hate, what made you do all these things. And after that, you're going to like and subscribe. Hit that like and subscribe. Hit it. In order, and then go check out our TeePublic store. I dropped some awesome, fresh, new merch with the KMB, the Sexy Ninja logo. We call it the Axe MB. There's a red, green, and purple. Go get that. Or if you want to get yourself a New World Podcast sticker, mask, on a mug, on a t-shirt, on a hoodie, go get that. Get that New World Podcast merch. I just show some love and get some C Plus Studios merch. It helps. Everything's in our link tree on, you know, in the description of these episodes. So go check it out. Show some love. Much respect. Tell me what you think, and hit that like and subscribe button, y'all. And it's much appreciated. Much love. Much respect. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja. And as always, remember, the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
Owens evades the danger. Stunner! Stunner!